How does one respond to non-Muslims who say homosexuality is okay because they aren't hurting anyone?
How do we respond to non-Muslims who say homosexuality is okay because they aren't harming anyone? I mean, you know, hurting or harming anyone. At the end of the day, yeah, I mean, how do you begin talking about something like this? We live in the United States. We live in Australia. We live in Canada. We live in the UK. All right? We're not living in Islamic lands. We're not living in Muslim lands. We live in secular, nominal societies. All right? In which there's a mixture of people, religions, races, cultures, ethnicities, and most importantly, social classes. And this is a time which was never like, it was never like this before in the past. All right? The modern world is very, very, very different than how things were back in the day, in which people of one race didn't mix because of class. We're of the same blood, but you're wealthy and I'm poor. You're noble and I'm a peasant. So it wasn't so much mixture that we had. All right? A time in which so many different races live in one place. It wasn't like that back in the day. There were always cities and places of multi-cultures or cultural background, ethnicities, but not on a scale like it is now. Not on the scale like it is what? Now, in which every single town, every city, every major metropolis is like that, right? The concept of Islamic orientation. And this goes to show you how solid many people's minds are with regards to certain fiqh issues, all right? Learn the madhab of your country, learn the madhab of your city. What is the madhab of the United States? Khalid, what's the madhab of New York? Hanafi, Shafi'i, Maliki, Amali. There is no one madhab because there's so much mixing of Islamic orientations. There's certain sections and pockets. This masjid is predominantly Hanafi, yes. This community is predominantly Shafi'i, no question. But there is no city in which everyone is on one madhab in the Western world like that. All right? Let alone is aqidah. Different positions, different stances. People are mixed. They're mixed. And the same applies with homosexuals. The same applies with homosexuals. So a homosexual may be your employer. Your boss may be gay. Your customer may be a homosexual. Okay, a police officer or someone working at the airport or whoever. Allahu Alam, what can you do? If they aren't harming anyone and they're professionals and they're doing their job, alhamdulillah for that. And from that aspect, there isn't anything wrong with it. It's a normal human being like his person, heterosexual, straight, whatever word you want to use. What's the difference? Your sexual orientation has nothing to do with me getting my tire changed. He's a good mechanic. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Here's a tip. Class. I don't have to ask you, are you gay before you go under my car? That doesn't concern me. If you fix my car the way you're supposed to fix it. Mercedes-Benz, huh? You may call the parts section and somebody may pick up who's gay. Allahu Alam. In Manhattan. Only Allah knows, akhi. Who may be speaking when you call that number. Al-Muhim. Lay in air and see, right? At the end of the day, what do you mean by that? They're okay, because they're not harming anyone. They're not calling, I have gay neighbors, for example. They don't bother my children. They're not calling my children to be gay. They're basic good neighbors. From that aspect, there's nothing wrong with them. My religious belief, my religious conviction, that's a total different story. But we're in America, we don't have to discuss religion. We don't have to speak about our ideals and views and opinion. That's not important right now. As long as we're obeying the law and getting along as citizens. So if that's what you mean, then of course. But if you mean that it's okay and it's acceptable, then that's obviously a different story. That's obviously what? A different story. And just because someone isn't harming or hurting someone, it doesn't mean that an act is okay. Everyone understand this? Wallahu alam.